After the US imposed a 25% tariff on India, I repeatedly urged Modi and the BJP government in my videos to accept the humiliation, or they would face an even bigger stick. Sure enough, Modi's servants made some tough remarks, and Trump slapped another 25% tariff on India, making Modi cry. Yesterday, Indian media hyped Modi's visit to China in late August, suggesting friendship with China and joint resistance against the US as India's lifeline. However, the Chinese view the Bharat Empire's strength as weak, and the country lacks credibility, making it unworthy of trust. Chinese netizens widely demand treating the visiting Modi like a monkey in a park, tossing him a few peanuts and politely sending him back home, with no talk of friendly cooperation. A two-headed snake could bite its savior at any moment, as the farmer and snake story keeps playing out in India. Yet Modi and the BJP keep boasting that the Bharat cow dung empire is already a superpower, surpassing Japan as the fourth largest economy, soon to overtake Germany, then China, and replace China as the world's factory. Goyal even publicly claimed India has the strength to negotiate equally with China and the US, refusing to yield easily. Under public pressure, Modi, who rose to the prime minister's seat as a strongman, chose to save face by verbally protesting against the US. In reality, India heavily relies on trade with the US, American corporate investments, and remittances from its diaspora. Without these, India's fiscal deficit cannot be sustained. As I said, kneeling to the US and kissing Trump's rear is his only option. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, a stray dog frequently changes owners, getting dog food but risking a beating from a thug if unlucky. No matter how the owner beats you, your only choice is to swallow your pride, obey, and beg the thug not to hit too hard. If you switch owners again, no one will take you in. If you bare your teeth at the owner, they will pull out a bigger stick to make you remember. But I'm not Paki Sharma. I don't have Modi's phone number. I'm anxious but can't reach Modi to tell him to submit to Trump. As I said in yesterday's video, Modi is very foolish, lacks common sense, and loves to boast. He completely misjudged Trump's character, daring to instruct his servants to make tough remarks against the US. Clowns Goyal and Jaishankar declared India is not a weak nation and won't bow to Trump's tariff stick. This openly challenges Trump's authority. While Modi is a tough guy at home and can't show weakness, they forgot Trump is also a tough guy who can't lose. Both clown kings hit a wall with China, have no way back, and must face off to see who becomes the clown emperor. So, 50% tariffs are not the end. If Modi doesn't give up vying for the clown emperor title with Trump, he will face harsher blows. With my primary school graduate insight, I guess the Bharat beggar empire has no chance against the US. US exports to India are negligible for the US economy, while India's exports to the US and the trade surplus are vital for India. As mentioned earlier, Trump holds key weapons, Indian immigration visas, job opportunities for Indian Americans, and US corporate investments in India. Moreover, Trump has courted Pakistan's military to develop oil together, purely to humiliate Modi and boost his leverage. If Modi doesn't recognize his own strength, Trump will humiliate him badly. Right now, China is choking the US with rare earths and critical metals, and tougher US sanctions on China would face severe retaliation. US defense industries are already in chaos, pressuring Trump to ease tensions with China. In this situation, Trump is holding back anger and needs a punching bag. India is the perfect target, costing nothing to humiliate, dominating social media, and distracting from domestic issues. Trump's colleagues know he loves to show off. Humiliating the EU, Russia, or China might worry them, but humiliating India satisfies the boss's vanity without fear of retaliation, so they join the frenzy, following Trump to mock India. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Vice President J.D. Vance have made remarks humiliating India, saying it's not a major player, its wars are irrelevant to the US, and Microsoft employs too many Indians. These actions perfectly illustrate American diplomatic logic. No friendship, only interests. For their own interests, Americans will sacrifice so-called democratic allies without hesitation. In American eyes, India isn't even an ally, just a guard dog that willingly submits. In fact, the 25% tariff is already fatal for India, as its industrial competitiveness lags far behind ASEAN countries like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia, as well as Mexico. These countries face tariffs below 20%, and Mexico benefits from USMCA exemptions. If tariffs reach 50%, India will completely lose the US market. Modi and the BJP's boasts of offsetting losses through the UK and Europe are unrealistic. In Europe, Indian products can't compete with those from the emerging nations mentioned. India's past strategy was to act as the US's guard dog for tariff exemptions, and Biden did toss India some dog food. Modi missed out on key FTAs like RCEP, and Indian companies lost chances to integrate with supply chains in China, ASEAN, Japan, Korea, and Australia. They lived off American handouts in an isolated economic island, never dreaming the US would take back the dog food and beat India with a stick. I'm puzzled why Modi and the BJP clowns fake GDP numbers and exaggerate India's strength. The Indian people may not see through the lie, but don't the liars know better? The India-Pakistan air clash in May fully showed India is a paper tiger. Modi knows how badly India lost, and Trump knows too, which is why he courted Pakistan to humiliate India. Modi's best strategy now is to humbly be a guard dog, enduring beatings from the cruel master, Trump. India truly can't confront the US, and they know it. How could Modi and the BJP clowns think of cozying up to China to counter the US? The Chinese now hold a stick too, knowing India is a rebellious stray dog they can't trust again. I said Vietnam is India's best example, using all its resources to please Trump, accepting abuse, and praising his greatness. India is far less important than Vietnam in the US trade system. Who was the idiot who suggested Modi visit China in late August? Now Trump is enraged, and even if Modi begs on his knees, Trump won't let him off. He'll beat Modi black and blue with a stick, ensuring he never defies the US again. China might show India some courtesy on the surface, but will pop champagne behind closed doors, celebrating Modi's misery. While Modi wails under Trump's stick, the Chinese are eating sunflower seeds, drinking beer, and enjoying this Bollywood blockbuster. Trump, you thug, go easy on him. Though Modi vies for your clown emperor title, he's still India's clown king. How can you humiliate him like this?